can't defeat me.
The ropes won't save you when I start my attack. If you try to escape, I'll just pull you back.
I'll spin you like a top, and when you've had enough, I'll turn up the heat and really start to get rough. Cause I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. 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 You can't.
Hey, dudes and dudettes. Larry Spike Lloyd here for Wrestle Birmingham. You know us biker dudes like nothing better than to watch a good rumble. And there's lots of that on the show tonight. So kill your engines, put your kickstands down, and get ready to watch some NWA Championship Wrestling action right here, right now.
Berry Productions, your source for technical management, staging, and sound and light systems. We'll deliver, set up, and make the magic happen, whether we're using our equipment or yours. We have a top-notch arsenal of sound and light systems that will make your next event sizzle and shine. And our highly professional staging services will have you up and running in no time and looking better than ever. With prices designed for your bottom line, you can't beat Berry Productions. 205-987-3211.
On May the 13th, bad boy Rick Steiner came to town thinking he was going to have an easy match. But after manhandling some of the referees and one of the cameramen, he got manhandled by the doctor, Tom Prichard.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next match is scheduled for the Alabama Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, from Houston, Texas, weigh 245 pounds, the Alabama Heavyweight Champion, Dr. Tom Prichard. His opponent, from Detroit, Michigan, weigh 265 pounds, the challenger, the dog-faced gremlin, Rick Steiner.
Commentating since you're rolling.
Well, there we see, ladies and gentlemen, the dog-faced gremlin, Rick Steiner, to take on Dr. Tom Prichard, the Alabama Heavyweight Champion.
What a matchup. These are two legendary components of professional wrestling for several decades. Tom Prichard from a wrestling family. Of course, the dog-faced gremlin, graduate of the University of Michigan, an outstanding amateur athlete, and then he has held so many championships, of course, with WCW, making a worldwide name for himself. And anywhere Rick Steiner goes, the bark, if you would, from the fans ensues, and this should be quite a matchup. And of course, with Dr. Tom Prichard, you're talking about a doctor of wrestling, literally a man who knows knows every square inch of the ring.
He does. He knows every square inch. He's been wrestling for many years. He is a former Continental heavyweight champion. He has held the Alabama heavyweight championship on several occasions. This man has held every regional title you can think of, and he's held tag team championships throughout the country as well.
And of course, he has most recently become the Alabama state heavyweight champion by winning that title in Dothan a few weeks back, and is right there to defend it. And the thing about talking to Dr. Tom, and he's always been this way, and I've had the opportunity to not only call some of his matches, but work with him behind the microphone, and he's one of these people that he'll take on anybody. Nothing scares Dr. Tom Prichard. He's in there, and he'll defend it. And you're seeing the Alabama championship being defended today right here against the dog-faced gremlin Rick Steiner.
Rick Steiner, he has a brother, Scott Steiner, which had national recognition, but Rick Steiner is the man that taught Scott Steiner all he knows. This man, he's been a tag team champion. He's been a heavyweight champion. I mean, you've got two guys in the ring right now. These men complement each other. Both of them former tag team champions, former heavyweight champions. I mean, they complement each other so great.
And also a lot of respect by both of these men for each other. And they've been tag team partners before. They have worked against each other before. They've shared the same dressing room and have ridden down the roads and flown on the same airliners with each other. But at the same time, when they climb into the ring one-on-one against each other, everything else is out the window. All that counts is the match we're watching today. Collar and elbow lockup right now. Tom Prichard bars the arm of the dog-faced gremlin, and Steiner knows how to counter that one and does with a big right hand.
Well, the dog-faced gremlin, Rick Steiner, he knows, well, he's getting all over the referee.
Tell you, Steiner, he's got a mean streak in him, and of course a great amateur background, so he knows the ins and outs of the amateur style of wrestling. He of course wears the protective headgear like is common to amateur wrestling, and right now he is taking the fight to the Alabama heavyweight champion, Dr. Tom Prichard.
Well, Dr. Tom Prichard, he is a ring tactician. He knows what he's doing at all times inside the squared circle.
And right now, the dog-faced gremlin, Steiner backs him up against the buckle. Referee calling for the break. And watch Steiner, because he'll break on the 4.5 count of a 5 disqualification. He is so good at that.
Well, Rick Steiner, there he is. There he's throwing Tom Prichard outside the ring.
Takes him to the floor. And Steiner now, I'll tell you, Steiner, I think, smells this belt. He smells victory here already. I think he's got Tom Prichard reeling in the early going of this match. And now that can't help. Yeah, I can't help but help his cause, if you would, as he takes Prichard into the iron railing.
Well, there you see Tom Prichard on the outside of the ring. I don't know what he's doing. What is he doing out there?
Looks like he's got some masking tape, or no, what is he? He does. He's got tape. He's got tape, and he's choking Prichard with the tape. Steiner choking Tom Prichard with a roll of it, what it looked like some kind of duct tape or masking tape. And he's using it to his advantage. Steiner, that mean streak coming out here in Birmingham. Look at that. Tom Prichard with the tape wrapped around his neck.
I'm going to tell you what, this Rick Steiner, I don't think I have seen him this mean. This man he's out of control.
And he is really taking it pillar to post with Prichard. Prichard trying just to get some breathing room here, and the Alabama champion is in trouble. And Steiner taking him right into, he's got a chair. And he just nailed Prichard with the chair. Boy, what has gotten into Rick Steiner? I noticed he wasn't real talkative when he came to the arena today. But I think his actions are doing the talking right now in this championship match.
Yeah, he is not in a good mood. There's no doubt about it. I mean, this is pro wrestling, but he's going past pro wrestling now. I mean, here's a man that has held amateur championships. I mean, he's not worrying about wrestling. He's worrying about going out and hurting a man.
It looks like somebody may have poured sour milk in his Wheaties or something.
I mean, he is upset, and Tom Prichard is feeling the wrath of it.
Well, let's give credit where credit is due. Steiner has got Prichard literally on the ropes, but Tom Prichard can mix it up when necessary too. I mean, he didn't receive the doctorate of wrestling by not knowing how to Pier 6 it, and that's exactly what he's resorting to right now. He's resorting to taking the fight right back to Steiner, but Steiner now re-grabbing the advantage, raking at the eyes of the Alabama champion, Dr. Tom Prichard. Prichard in the corner. It's a dangerous place to be with the dog-faced gremlin. Blocks that right hand, counters with his own. There's another one, side of the face. One boot to the midsection. Here's Prichard to the buckle. Taking Steiner right into the buckle. Pounds him. And now we're seeing Tom Prichard, the Tom Prichard we know, come alive. Steiner has it covered. He's got the ropes. 1, 2. Did he get him? Did he get him? Steiner, I believe, has gotten the match. His feet were on the ropes, as you saw here.
I'm not for sure. The referee is saying no. The referee is telling Rick Steiner he didn't see it.
No, he's saying he saw his feet on the rope.
Oh, that's
what he just saw. Credit to the referee for catching that. Roll up on Steiner by Prichard, grabbing the trunks. 2, 3, he got him.
Oh, he is still the Alabama heavyweight champion.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the champion is Dr. Tom Prichard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner.
Steiner thought he had the win, but the referee saw Steiner's feet on the ropes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the favor with the roll-up and used the trunk. And now Steiner taking his displeasure out on our referee.
I'm going to tell you, he is beating the referee pillar to post. Wait a minute, what is he doing?
Pile driver. No, power slam. Gee, drops the elbow. Where is the director of enforcement for the NWA? I hope Roy Lee Welch is seeing this. All the referees trying to come to the aid of their fallen comrade. And now he's going after the other referee.
Goodness gracious, he's just going to take out all the referees here. And man, sakes alive, somebody's got to get Rick Steiner.
Here comes Roy Lee Welch, the director of enforcement. The director of enforcement, Roy Lee Welch, is getting into the ring, and this is going to have to call for a suspension. Roy Lee Welch is asking for the microphone.
Rick Steiner, as of right now, you're on temporary suspension and fined $10,000 until the NWA reviews what you just done.
The dog-faced gremlin, Rick Steiner, being fined $10,000 for beating up the referee. And he is on temporary suspension pending review by the board of directors of the NWA.
I want to tell you this is something else. I cannot believe that Rick Steiner would do this to the referee, still in the face of Roy George. Roy George has been hurt.
Steiner, obviously the fine is a good thing at this point because it stops any further damage done to the referee. We're going to have to get attention to the referee as Rick Steiner leaves the ring. Tom Prichard retains the title. We'll be back with more on Wrestle Birmingham.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dave Baird in the ABC 3340 newsroom. We wanted to give you an update on what's happening in Aruba at this hour. Apparently, conflicting information coming out of Aruba right now. Earlier, some major news outlets had reported that one of the 3 young men who had been arrested, just yesterday, the 3 young men who had allegedly taken Natalie Holloway to a beach on her beach trip, and had been possible suspects and then were arrested yesterday, that one of those men had confessed to Natalie Holloway's murder. We are not getting that information as correct at this hour. We want to tell you that what we are hearing, and officially from the Associated Press, is that one of the 3 young men who took Natalie Holloway to the beach during her high school trip has said that something bad happened to her. That's what police allegedly said on Friday. Deputy Police Commissioner Gerald Domping told the Associated Press that one of the young men that had been arrested on yesterday has been taking police to the scene, and that he refused to identify which one of those young men may have made that statement. So we're getting mixed messages, conflicting information at this hour out of Aruba. We are continuing to monitor this situation. Once again, one of the young men allegedly had confessed to the crime and was going to lead police to the scene. That has now come into question. No one is certain that that is the truth. We want to be able to tell you what we know when we know it. At this time, the Associated Press is reporting that one of the young men had said something bad had happened to Natalie. That is what we know at this hour. We will continue to monitor the situation, and we'll have updates coming up later.
2129 Moody Parkway in Moody, Alabama.
Wildcat Wendell Cooley was on the show at the Zamora Shrine Temple on May the 13th. And let me tell you, my friend Wendell not only talks the talk, he can walk the walk. Let's take a look at this special from 1986.
If heaven ain't a lot like Dixie, I don't want to go. If heaven ain't a lot like Dixie, I just as soon stay home. I was one of the chosen few to be born in Alabama. I'm just like my daddy's son. I'm proud of who I am. I went through a lot of good women, shook old Jim Beam's hand. If I never see the pearly gates, I would walk through the promised land. If heaven ain't a lot like Dixie, I don't want to go. If heaven ain't a lot like Dixie, I just as soon stay home. If they don't have a grand ole opry like they do in Tennessee, just send me to hell or New York City, it would be about the same to me. I got wild honey trees and crazy little weeds growing around my shack. These dusty roads ain't streets to go, but I'm happy right where I'm at. All these pretty little southern bells are a country boy's dream. They ain't got wings or halos, but they sure look good to me. If heaven ain't a lot like Dixie, I don't want to go. If heaven ain't a lot like Dixie, I just as soon stay home. If they don't have a grand ole opry like they do down in Tennessee, just send me to hell or New York City, it would be about the same to me. If heaven ain't a lot like Dixie, I don't want to go. If heaven ain't a lot like Dixie, I just as soon stay home. If heaven ain't a lot like Dixie.
Exotic Adrian Street and Wildcat Wendell Cooley have each been on the card with Wrestle Birmingham, but never together. Now, there's an open-ended contract from nearly 20 years ago involving both of them. Let's take a look.
Wendell Cooley, the new Southeastern heavyweight champion, having stripped Mr. or Mrs. or whatever Street from that title.
That's right, Gordon. Last week, that was one of the happiest days of my life is when I beat him for this Southeastern Heavyweight Championship, because I knew deep down inside that I could beat him, and I think he did too. And I think that's what's probably on his mind out there right now. He's trying to take out his frustrations on this guy here, but I don't think he should be doing everything he's doing to beat this guy. Just go ahead and beat him and get it over with.
All right, I've noticed, by the way, that you have returned that belt to a, well, let's say a more normal color.
That's right. As soon as I got it, I couldn't stand that yucky pink color, Gordon. And pink doesn't look good on me anyway, so I took it upon myself to paint it back a color that somebody would be proud to take it, tote it around to these buildings.
All right, Wendell Cooley, the new Southeastern heavyweight champion. Meanwhile, Freeman in trouble, and it is Street.
That's the hold right there that I kicked out of that he said people in 35 countries has never kicked out of. But I got out of it, and I took this belt right off of his waist.
Well, he did indeed. Adrian Street, a classically victorious in this particular match. But with me right now is a Southeastern heavyweight champion, Wildcat Wendell Cooley.
Thank you, Gordon. Last week, like I said earlier, that was the happiest day of my life is when I beat him for this belt right here. Because I can take this belt around and I can be proud of it, and the people can be proud of me.
Fair enough.
Hey, cowboy! I'm talking to you, you dirty cowboy! Macho man! Hey! That's what you, Americans, you ex-colonials, call a man! Somebody that falls on horses! Somebody with big horses! Somebody with big bullets! Somebody with big cows! I want my belt back! You disfigured it! any sticky fingers on my belt. The belt that should be pink. I want that belt. Wendell, or should I call you Gwendolyn? Wendell Cooley. You see the way they walk, those cowboys? Pleasure band legs. I dare you, you coward. Cowboys supposed to be the American manhood. I've got more manhood in this little finger than these so-called he-men cowboys. I've got in the whole stupid bodies.
Well, all right, let's hear the comment.
Well, I figured he was going to ask for a return title match. So I tell you what, I've been thinking about this, Mrs. Street. I've been thinking hard about it. And you know something, Gordon? I have always wanted me one of those valets that follow you to the ring. So I tell you what I'm going to do, Adrian Street. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a shot at this title, but you're going to have to give me something in return. I'm going to give you a shot at this title, but you got to put Miss Linda on the line. If I beat you, you give me Miss Linda.
Don't be such an old, you ridiculous cowboy. She is my property. What are you talking about, you idiot?
You put her on the line or you're not going to get the shot. If I beat you, she's mine. If you win, you can have the belt.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a very interesting challenge, Wendell, but right now I really think we need to take a look at the stars of the NWA featuring the new Southeastern Heavyweight Champion.
I wonder if he's going to take that challenge.
If your school or organization would like to have NWA Championship Wrestling come to your town, contact us at 205-970-0333 or go to our website at www.wrestlebirmingham.com. Do it.
Well, the exotic Adrian Street has been hurtling challenges around. Let's now go to the ring and Mike Jackson and Wildcat Wendell Cooley.
Wendell, I heard the challenge. I don't know if I've ever heard a challenge like it. Do you think you'll accept it?
I don't know if he'll accept it, but I hope so, because I've always wanted me a valet to follow me around to the ring. You know, last week I was the Southeastern Heavyweight Champion, and next week I'm going to have somebody following me to the ring, too. But I'm not going to have feathers in my hair or makeup on, you know what I mean, Mike? And I've got a ranch back home that there's a lot of things I need done. And I can let her do some of this stuff that she's accustomed to because she's been putting up with it for a long time. And I can't say it on TV. But I hope he takes my challenge. Gordon?
Well, the belt first, the valet next.
I will accept his challenge, and I'll accept it for one reason only, because I know that had to be the biggest fluke in wrestling history. Nobody has ever got out of that hole, and it's only because he was covered in that Texas oil that he managed to squiggle out of it. I am not afraid at all. Can you imagine anybody actually winning, Miss Linda? I'm not afraid of that at all. Could you imagine taking that home to Mummy?
No,
Could you?
why?
I wonder if he's house-trained. I doubt it very much. You'd need to stick him in a stable. No chance at all. I'll accept any challenge because I know that it is impossible for anybody to beat me, especially a bandy-legged cowboy.
All right, one or the other will happen.
Hey, if you're thinking about changing the channel, forget about it. We'll be back.
Berry Productions, your source for technical management, staging, and sound and light systems. We'll deliver, set up, and make the magic happen, whether we're using our equipment or yours. We have a top-notch arsenal of sound and light systems that will make your next event sizzle and shine. And our highly professional staging services will have you up and running in no time and looking better than ever. With prices designed for your bottom line, you can't beat Berry Productions. 205-987-3211.
If you'd like to kick up the RPMs on your business or product, we have a complete production staff and all the equipment necessary to service your needs. So contact us at 205-970-0333 or go to our website at www.wrestlebirmingham.com.
By the way, I didn't see you in the Battle Royal.
But of course not. Obviously, I would have won the $50,000, but I sacrificed that. I don't need the money anyway. I sacrificed that because I'm saving myself for this most ridiculous challenge that I've decided to accept just to teach this cowboy upstart, this lout, this despicable beast, a lesson.
Are you referring to Wildcat Wendell Cooley?
Gwendolyn Cooley, yes.
Wendell.
Well, I call him Gwendolyn. It's a very nice English lady's name, you know. You know, he's got to have some class. Anyway, I've decided, yes, I will put Miss Linda up because there is no chance at all of me losing a title as far as that is concerned. The royal family have given me a duplicate. In actual fact, the pink belt has got to be more prestige behind the pink belt. People don't even refer to it as the Southeastern Championship anymore. They refer to it as the pink belt. It's the pink belt. The actual pink belt has become far more important than the area that it actually represents.
Would you mean to tell me that you're treating her as a chattel?
As a chattel, she happens to belong to me, and there is no way that she will ever belong to the likes of this lout I call Gwendolyn, this bandy-legged cowboy. No chance at all. I will put her up. She is an English lady. She has been... her family have been servants of my families for generations, and there's no way that an English lady could ever belong to a lout like... I mean, could you imagine Miss Linda taking that thing home? I mean, Mummy would be pleased, wouldn't she? He probably isn't even house-trained. They'd have to keep him in a stable, maybe with some hay or something. Can you imagine that?
Well, what has me really concerned is the fact that are you actually in servitude?
Yes.
American, I could not do without her because American ladies especially have completely lost their aptitude for servitude.
Yes, indeed, and so I'm so very, very pleased that they have. There's no question about that.
Hey, guys. That's all the time we have for tonight. And I've really got to meet some of my boys down at the Biker Hangout. But don't forget, next Friday night at 12:05, right here on 3340. More NWA Championship Wrestling action. Until then, I'm Larry Spike Lloyd for Wrestle Birmingham. Hey, dude, get away from my bike.
Yeah, baby, I'm a gouge. I take every... I'll wind you up in the spring.
Hey, get out of my way.
You better learn to fly, because you'll hit the mat hard when you come from the sky. Because I'm a big-time wrestler, and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me.
Won't save you when I start my attack. If you try to escape, I'll just pull you back.
I'll spin you like a top, and when you've had enough, I'll turn up the heat and really start to get rough. Because I'm a big-time wrestler, and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me.